The story kicks off in Cobblestone, a village that is literally the definition of cottagecore peacefulness. The protagonist wakes up for his coming-of-age ceremony, and the vibes are immaculate. He climbs a massive rock called the Tor with his childhood bestie, Gemma. It's all scenic views and tutorial battles until they get attacked by monsters at the summit. In a moment of pure instinct, a mysterious mark on his hand glows, striking the monster with lightning. It turns out he is the reincarnation of the Luminary, a legendary hero destined to save the world. No pressure or anything. Back in the village, the hero's mom drops some heavy lore. She reveals he was actually found floating in a basket, like a classic fairy tale origin story. She hands him a crystal necklace and tells him to go to Heliodor to meet the king, claiming his destiny awaits. The whole village gathers to see him off, and it is honestly so wholesome it hurts. He gets a horse and rides off into the sunset, leaving his quiet life behind for what he thinks will be a glorious welcome. Little does he know the world is about to humble him real quick. Arriving in Heliodor, the hero strides into the throne room with main character energy, expecting the red carpet treatment. He shows the king his mark, thinking it's his VIP pass. Instead, the king calls him the Darkspawn and accuses him of bringing the apocalypse. The guards immediately swarm him, and he gets thrown into the dungeon. It is the ultimate betrayal. He went from chosen one to public enemy #1 in record time. The gaslighting from the monarchy is absolutely wild right now. Rotting in a jail cell is definitely not the vibe, but luckily, he meets a blue-haired thief named Erik. This guy is chaotic, good personified. He believes the hero's story because of a prophecy from a seer, which is convenient, but we take those. They decide to stage a prison break. Erik digs a tunnel and they sneak through the sewers, dodging guards and fighting sludge monsters. It's a stealth mission gone wrong, but their chemistry as a duo is already iconic. This is the start of a beautiful friendship. Cornered by the king's top knight, Hendrik, on the edge of a cliff, they have zero options left. In a move that screams adrenaline junkie, they jump off the waterfall into the river below. They wash up downstream, miraculously alive thanks to plot armor. They take refuge in a church, where a nun patches them up. Erik mentions he needs to grab a mysterious red orb he stashed in Heliodor before they can leave the region. So, naturally, they have to sneak back into the city they just escaped from. They sneak back into Heliodor to find Erik's loot, only to discover his former partner, Dirk, has gone straight and opened a shop. It seems like a betrayal at first, but Dirk actually saved the orb. The reunion is tense but wholesome. However, they have to flee again as the guards catch their scent. They escape on horses, outmaneuvering the entire army in a cinematic chase sequence. They head toward the Mangle Grove, officially on the run and ready to explore the open world. In the Mangle Grove, the environment is kinda hostile, but they find a dog that acts suspiciously human. It turns out to be a woodcutter who was cursed by a monster. The Luminary uses his powers to fix him, proving he's built different. They learn about the Great World Tree, Yggdrasil, which is the source of all life. The woodcutter helps them fix a bridge so they can progress. The world building here is top tier, establishing the spiritual connection between the hero and the planet. Hi there. If you want to enjoy more gaming lore without grinding for 60 hours, hit that subscribe button. I do the grinding so you don't have to. Your support really helps the channel. They arrive at the King's Barrow to find the red orb, but two griffins snatch it. They chase the monsters down and engage in their first real boss battle. After defeating the beasts, they recover the orb, which is apparently super important for reaching Yggdrasil. However, Erik reveals he was actually planning to sell it initially, but has had a change of heart. He decides to stick with the hero for the long haul. The character development is hitting early, and the squad is officially forming. The hero returns to Cobblestone only to find it completely destroyed. Jasper, a cold-hearted general, torched the village just because the hero lived there. It is absolutely devastating. However, the hero sees a vision of the past, showing his family is safe. He digs up a time capsule letter from his birth mother, revealing he is a lost prince of Dundrasil. The emotional damage is real, but at least he knows his true identity now. He is royalty on the run. Using a keystone found in the ruins, they open the door of departure, teleporting to a new region just as Hendrik tries to capture them again. They land in the volcanic region of Hotto. They meet a little girl looking for her sister, who turns out to be Veronica, a powerful mage trapped in a child's body due to monsters. Along with her twin sister Serena, a healer, they join the party. These two are polar opposites, but iconic in their own ways. The squad delves into a cryptic crypt to save Veronica from the monsters that shrank her. They fight a jar monster that was draining her magic. After winning, Veronica gets her magic back, but stays small, which she is salty about. But it's kind of her brand now. The twins swear allegiance to the Luminary, revealing they are designated protectors from the sacred city of Arborea. The party is getting stacked with magical powerhouses now. They travel to the desert kingdom of Gallopolis, where the Sultan is hosting a horse race. The prince, Faris, is a total imposter who can't ride to save his life. He begs the hero to body double for him in the race to save face. It's peak cringe, but the hero agrees. They meet Sylvando, a traveling entertainer who is flamboyance personified. He joins the race too, making it a chaotic competition. The hero wins, obviously, keeping the prince's secret safe for now. Just when they think they're done, a giant scorpion monster called the Slayer of the Sands attacks. Prince Faris begs for help again because he is useless in a fight. The party goes into the desert and defeats the beast. In a twist, the prince captures it to show off, but it wakes up and almost wrecks the city. Sylvando steps in to save the day, officially joining the party. His mission is to make the world smile, and honestly, we stan a wholesome king. The crew heads to the port town of Gondolia, hoping to get a ship. However, the town is on lockdown because of a contest. They get mixed up in local drama involving the Doge's son, who lost his voice. It turns out Jasper is there, continuing his smear campaign against the Luminary. The party fights off Jasper's goons in a dramatic showdown. They manage to secure a ship, the Salty Stallion, belonging to Sylvando. The open seas await, and the sense of freedom is huge. They dock at Octagonia, a town obsessed with a masked martial arts tournament. The hero and a partner named Vince enter the competition to win a prize that might be a magical orb. They fight through several rounds, facing off against Jade, a martial artist, and Rab, a mysterious old man. Vince is acting super sketchy, chugging some weird juice that makes him invincible. It's giving performance-enhancing Scandal vibes, but the fights are hype. Investigating the orphanage beneath the town, they discover a horrifying secret. A giant spider monster has been kidnapping fighters to drain their energy, creating the juice Vince uses. Vince was doing it to keep the orphanage funded, but he realizes he got played. The party defeats the spider, saving the victims. Vince retires from fighting to be a better person. They win the tournament, but the prize is missing. Rab and Jade have taken it and tell the hero to meet them at the Ruins of Dundrasil. At the Ruins of Dundrasil, Rab reveals he is actually the hero's grandfather, the former king, and Jade is the princess of Heliodor who vanished years ago. The emotional reunion is intense. They mourn the hero's parents who died protecting him. This flashback sequence explains so much about the world's trauma. The hero performs a ritual to put their souls to rest. It is a heavy character-defining moment that solidifies his resolve to defeat the darkness. Hendrik tracks them down again, leading to a confrontation between him and Jade. She reveals she survived the fall of the kingdom, shaking Hendrik's worldview. He still tries to arrest them because he is obsessed with duty. The party escapes by jumping off a cliff, which is becoming their signature move. They survive, obviously, and continue their quest to collect the 6 orbs needed to reach Yggdrasil. The stakes are getting higher. They wash up on a mysterious strand and meet Michelle, a mermaid waiting for her human fiancé, Kai. She has been waiting for years, totally unaware that time works differently for humans. She asks the party to find him in Honolulu. It is giving major tragic romance energy. They agree to help, hoping she can lead them to the underwater kingdom of Nautica. The visuals here are stunning, but the undertone of sadness is palpable. In Honolulu, they discover the truth. The Kai Michelle is waiting for is an old man who died years ago. The current Kai is his grandson. The villagers hate mermaids due to a misunderstanding about a curse. The hero has to bring the bad news to Michelle. When she finds out, she swims to the village to see for herself. The confrontation is heartbreaking as she realizes her love is gone forever. Michelle decides she cannot live without her love. In a scene that will wreck you, she gives up her immortality to be with him in the afterlife, dissolving into sea foam. It is absolutely brutal. The Sea Queen, moved by their efforts, gives them the green orb. They now have access to the underwater world, but the cost was high. The party is left somber, realizing that not every story has a happy ending. They sail to the snow kingdom of Snæfellheim, finding it completely frozen over. The queen is trapped in ice, and a witch named Kristalinda is running loose. The party has to fight a guardian beast in the library to learn how to seal the witch. It turns out the woman posing as the queen is actually the witch, and she imprisoned the real ruler in a book. It's a classic switcheroo plot, but executed perfectly. The party confronts Kristalinda and defeats her, forcing her to release the real Queen Frisabel. The witch reveals she was acting on orders from someone powerful who wants to kill Hendrik. This foreshadowing is ominous. The queen gives them the blue orb as a reward. With almost all the orbs collected, they are nearing the endgame of the first act. The tension is building as they prepare to head to the World Tree. Having gathered all 6 orbs, the party opens the way to Yggdrasil. They walk up a rainbow bridge, which is visually spectacular. They reach the heart of the tree, ready to claim the Sword of Light and save the world. But it's a trap. Jasper and King Carnelian ambush them. The king reveals his true form, Mordegon, the Lord of Shadows. He possessed the king years ago. The plot twist hits like a truck. Mordegon steals the hero's power and seizes the Sword of Light. He corrupts it into a dark blade and strikes the heart of Yggdrasil. The tree falls, crashing down and shattering the world. The party is powerless to stop it. The hero falls into the abyss, defeated. The screen fades to black as the Age of Darkness begins. It is the ultimate bad ending, leaving the player completely shook. The hero wakes up transformed into a fish in the underwater kingdom of Nautica. The Sea Queen saved him, but the surface world is ruined. He sees visions of the destruction and realizes Mordegon rules everything now. He regains his human form and resolves to fight back, even though it seems hopeless. He swims to the surface, finding the sky perpetually dark. The atmosphere is grim and oppressive. He makes his way to Cobblestone, which has been fortified into the last bastion. Hendrik is there, leading the survivors and defending them against endless monster attacks. It turns out Hendrik wasn't evil, just manipulated. The hero reunites with his mom and Gemma, which is a rare bright spot. They realize they have to work with Hendrik to take back the land. The redemption arc for Hendrik starts here. The hero and Hendrik infiltrate Heliodor Castle to reclaim it from the darkness. They sneak through the sewers again, bringing the journey full circle. They face off against Tyriant, one of Mordegon's spectral sentinels. After a tough battle, they defeat him, restoring sunlight to the region. Hendrik swears loyalty to the Luminary, officially joining the party. The bromance is real and the resistance has begun. They travel to Mount Pangalai to find the remaining party members. They discover the monks have been slaughtered, and Rab is trapped in a mystical void practicing a discipline to defeat darkness. The hero enters the void to save him. He undergoes a grueling training montage to master the quadra-slash technique. Rab is revived, thinner but feisty as ever. He rejoins the team, bringing wisdom and powerful magic back to the roster. Heading to Puerto Valor, they find Sylvando leading a parade of survivors dressed in wild outfits to keep morale up. He is literally dancing through the apocalypse. He has a touching reunion with his strict father, finally earning his respect. Sylvando hands over the parade duties to his dad and rejoins the hero. His return brings a much-needed injection of joy and color to the dreary world. Out at sea, they encounter a mysterious entity called the Seer, who restores the Luminary's full power. They then find a ship occupied by Erik, but he has total amnesia. He doesn't remember the hero or their adventures. It's heartbreaking to see the cool thief so lost. They take him along, hoping to jog his memory. The dynamic is weird without his usual swagger, but they are determined to fix him. They visit the Ruins of Dundrasil, where the hero sees his father's spirit tormented by a gloomnivore monster. The hero enters the nightmare to fight the beast. He learns the full truth of the night the kingdom fell and how his father fought to the end. Defeating the monster frees his father's soul, allowing him to move on. It is deep psychological healing for the hero, resolving his family trauma. They track Erik's past to the Viking hideout and find his sister, Mia. She has been turned into a golden statue by a cursed necklace Erik gave her years ago. This trauma is why he lost his memory. He regains his memories and powers, desperate to save her. They fight the monster possessing her. Erik apologizes, and his tears break the curse. Mia is saved, and Erik is fully back in the game. The sibling angst is finally resolved. In Snæfellheim, a golden dragon infected by the cursed necklace is threatening the city. The hero and Erik team up to take it down. Kristalinda, the former ice witch, actually helps them this time, showing she's on a redemption path too. They cleanse the sickness, saving the north. The party is almost complete, but the absence of the twins is becoming glaringly painful. They finally reach Arborea, expecting a happy reunion with the twins. Instead, they learn the devastating truth. Veronica died saving the party when Yggdrasil fell. The scene where Serena senses her sister's death is gut-wrenching. The party holds a funeral, and everyone is crying. Serena resolves to carry on, cutting her hair and inheriting Veronica's magical power. She becomes a super mage, fueled by grief and determination. To reach Mordegon's fortress of fear in the sky, they need a way to fly. They use a mystical flute to summon Cetacea, a giant flying whale. The visuals are breathtaking as they soar above the ruined world. They visit a floating island of the Watchers, who reveal that to defeat Mordegon, they need to forge a new sword of light. The original was destroyed, so they have to make a replacement from scratch. The party goes on an epic fetch quest to gather the legendary materials needed for the sword. They get a sacred hammer from the Sultan of Gallopolis and mine orichalcum from a perilous battleground. They ascend the volcano in Hotto using the legendary forge. The hero hits the anvil with everything he has, crafting the super sword of light. It is the ultimate glow-up. They are finally equipped to take down the big bad. They invade the Fortress of Fear, Mordegon's floating castle. It is a gauntlet of tough enemies and complex puzzles. They confront Jasper one last time. He reveals his jealousy of Hendrik drove him to darkness. They defeat him, and he dies with a sliver of regret. Hendrik gets the closure he needed. The path to the throne room is open. It's boss rush season, and the squad is locked in. The party confronts Mordegon in his true monstrous form. He is powerful, wielding the corrupted sword of shadows. The battle is a spectacle of magic and steel. The hero uses the new sword of light to strip away his darkness. The whole team contributes, unleashing their ultimate attacks. It is the climax of over 100 hours of struggle. Mordegon falls, dissolving into nothingness. With Mordegon dead, the world tree begins to regenerate, and light returns to the world. The party celebrates, but the victory is bittersweet because of the lives lost, especially Veronica. They return to the Ruins of Yggdrasil, where they discover a way to potentially travel back in time to fix everything. The game ends on a hopeful note, setting up the post-game act where they will try to rewrite history and save everyone. It is absolute cinema. Gaming lore is long and confusing, but I break it down every week. Subscribe so you never miss a plot twist or hidden detail. Thanks for watching.